you joked the other night. You said we're back. I wonder what the mood has been like since that game. Where obviously you want to take some positives from it, but you don't want guys to think that you've arrived because you won a game. What's it been like since that game?
No, you know what? I think that we haven't deviated from one thing that we've been doing, the last week and a half in terms of how we're watching film, what we're watching, how we're practicing. We did, just because of numbers and being a little bit banged up yesterday, we probably didn't go as long as we typically do. But then, today, film, practice, back in tonight, and away we go. But the guys I think have been pretty good, and we got to go out and we got to do it again, and we got to do it again, and play after play after play. And I think that's one of the things that we're trying to get these guys to understand is just the messed up plays, taking plays off here or there, how vital they can be, especially against a team like Air Force.
Jay Sean was just in here talking a little bit about how he has to score maybe differently. He's maybe creating some of his own looks more so than he was last year. Just as you've watched him maybe develop this year as a more important scoring option for you guys, what you've seen from him?
Well, I think that he's right in his assessment of what he's doing, and I think that's one of the things that we really liked about Jay Sean when we brought him in here was he could sort of do a lot of different things, and I give him credit. He has worked on his game. Obviously he's shooting the three better, but I think the biggest thing with him is he's, knock on wood, I think he's getting healthy. I mean, it's been a tough month for him just in terms of just battling ankle sprains and some nicks and bumps here and there, but I think he's starting to get more confidence in himself as he starts to feel better physically as well.
He's obviously very strong, and it seemed like last year a lot of what he did came in the post, both offensively and defensively. Do you see him as a guy who could develop into a maybe more dynamic wing guy who can shoot it, like you said, and get into the lane zone, stuff like that?
Yeah, I do, and I think a lot of that is sort of predicated on who else is on the floor. Just in terms of he's running with Cam and or Mark and Kata, which is a good thing. I like the fact that all three of those guys are a little bit different. They sort of do three different things, but I do hope and we need Jay Sean to continue to evolve as a all-around basketball player.
You mentioned the two-a-days now twice. I think you talked about it last week when we were here. Why the decision to change up a little bit? I don't remember you talking about two-a-days before. Like,
yeah, we have been. Yeah, we have been.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, night before a game. Yeah, just come back in and more film, more on the court, kind of walk through type stuff. Yeah.
I asked Jay Sean about the mood since the win, and he said he thought practice has been upbeat and things like that. How do you make sure that this team doesn't become complacent? Okay, we got to win, we're back on on track, and then you go out tomorrow night and have a clunker or something like that. How do you make sure that they stay dialed in as if you didn't get a win again?
Right. Well, I think a lot of it is just through the film and the teaching that we're trying to do, because coming off of a 25-point win or whatever it was on Saturday, we were able to show our guys a lot of things that we didn't do as well as we needed to. I think that going out and getting after it in practice, and if all else fails, just mention what our record is, and hopefully that's motivation within itself. But it's a lot of it starts with us and getting them to understand that this team is nowhere near as playing its best basketball that we're going to need to, and I think deep down they understand that.
Dad, just what have you seen maybe from Air Force on film in the short time you've
Yeah,
been
well, seen a lot, and they've got they run a lot of the Princeton type offense. Northwestern now I think is probably more when Bill Carmody was there, but they got guys that can take it off the bounce. The post is very effective inside, but they're looking to move you, cut, pass, flare, rescreen, back doors, all that stuff. But then by the same token, they can put 90 on the board as they've done this year. So, defensively, they've shown a lot of different defenses just in terms of man, zone, 1-3-1, 3-2, 2-3, matchup, So our guys just have to recognize and be ready to go.
This is something that gets talked about a ton in football. I'm not sure if it translates to basketball, but is there anything odd, different, strange about playing a service academy in basketball, or is it all similar basically to other teams you see?
No, it's similar to me. I don't really see the from VMI to Air Force. I haven't, and I'm trying to think. I know I've played VMI before, Citadel many years ago. But no, not really. No.
You mentioned that they're going to change up defenses on you, probably. I just wondered how you've seen your guys respond when teams have done that.
I think we've been pretty decent with it. I mean, with what we were trying to get against VMI the other day, we were a little bit slow reacting at the beginning, and then once we got the right guys in the right spots, we had the ball moving, and we're getting wide open shots. Yeah.
Over the course of the last 2 games, do you like where your team is at now in terms of limiting unforced turnovers?
We're getting there. I'm not quite. We opened up first play of the game Saturday with a pass to the cheerleader, and I said, "Uh-oh," but we only had 8 more after that. So I'm getting more pleased, but it has to be something that is just vitally important to us, because I think that's one of the things that is really can help this team sort of take the next step is just the awareness of making simple plays, making just the easy read and keeping it simple, and good things will happen. So we're heading in that right direction.
I assume Daniel will be back tomorrow night.
Yes.
Everybody good to go?
Yeah, he'll be good to go. Yep. We held him out yesterday. He lost a bunch of weight with the flu, but he was just up in the weight room and actually worked out after practice yesterday. Did a skill instruction, so he's good.
And you mentioned, you were shorter in practice the other day with some guys banged up. Is that just incidental?
Yeah,
in the season stuff. Nothing
Yeah,
serious?
I mean, guys coming off of a game, played a lot of minutes, that sort of thing. Just aches and pains, nothing. We knock on wood, we'll have everybody ready to go tomorrow night.
I just wondered, forgive me because I don't remember in the past how you do this, but do you plan on picking captains for this team? Will you name captains by the end of the year? Do you have captains in mind? Did I miss an announcement? I just wonder if that's something that's on the radar at all.
No, it hasn't been. Typically I haven't really named captains. I know who I talk to more in terms of issues, but really, Jay, Sean, and Mark are probably the 2, but I haven't had a formal ceremony or anything like that. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Nothing like that.
I guess along those lines, I think it might have been last week or the week before you had just mentioned about maybe wanting to get more from Mark and Jay Sean in terms of leadership and helping these guys along. Just what have you seen from them? Have they embraced this and taken on that role of the elder statesman, even if they're not actually that old?
Yeah. At times I think they've done a very good job. As we all know, it's easy to lead when things are going well. But I think that there can be room for improvement in that category, and then also you got to have a group of guys that want to be led, that want to listen, that want to carry forth what they're being told or asked to do, and I think that sometimes is more of a problem with youthfulness than anything else.